Imagine that you're sitting in a quiet classroom and your teacher walks in carrying a large, empty jar. Without saying a word, she places the jar on the desk and begins to fill it with big, heavy rocks until no more can fit. She turns to the class and asks, "Is the jar full?" The students nod in agreement. It's clearly filled to the brim. But then, she produces a bag of pebbles and pours them into the jar, shaking it gently, so the smaller stones fill the spaces between the big rocks. Again, she asks, "Is the jar full?" The students, now a bit more cautious, agree that it is. Without missing a beat, the teacher brings out a container of sand and pours it in, letting the fine grains slip into every nook and cranny left by the rocks and pebbles. One last time, she asks, "Is the jar full?" The class laughs, certain there's no way anything else could fit. With a smile, the teacher explains the point of her demonstration. "The jar," she says, "is like your life. The big rocks represent the most important things: your family, your health, your dreams, your relationships. The pebbles are the things that matter, but not as much: your job, your house, your hobbies. The sand is everything else, the small stuff, the trivial worries and distractions that fill our days. If you put the sand in first, there's no room for the rocks or pebbles. But if you fill the jar with the big rocks first, everything else finds its place around them." This simple story holds a profound lesson about what truly matters in life. It challenges us to pause and consider, what are our big rocks? In a world that moves at dizzying speed, where every day is filled with endless tasks, notifications, and obligations, it's easy to lose sight of our most important priorities. We become consumed by the sand, the countless little things that, while they may demand our attention, don't nourish our souls or support our long-term happiness. To truly understand what matters, we must first identify our big rocks. For many, family stands at the very center, a source of love, support, and belonging. Time spent with family is irreplaceable. It forms the foundation of our values, shapes our memories, and grounds us in times of uncertainty. The laughter of children, the wisdom of elders, the bonds that grow stronger through shared experiences, these are the moments that fill the jar of life with meaning. Health is another big rock. Without it, everything else loses its significance. When we neglect our health, chasing after deadlines, or sacrificing sleep for short-term gains, we erode the very foundation that supports our dreams. Investing in our physical and mental well-being pays dividends that last a lifetime. Exercise, nutritious food, rest, and mindfulness, these are not luxuries but necessities, allowing us to show up fully for ourselves and those we love. Dreams and passions are also big rocks. They ignite our spirit, fuel our ambitions, and give us a sense of purpose. Whether it's a creative pursuit, a career goal, or a vision for making a difference in the world, our dreams remind us of who we are and what we're capable of achieving. When we devote time to what excites and inspires us, we infuse our lives with energy and direction. Relationships beyond family, friendships, mentors, community are essential. Human connection anchors us, providing understanding, encouragement, and companionship. A heartfelt conversation, a helping hand, a shared laugh. These moments, though simple, enrich our lives immeasurably. They remind us that we're not alone on our journey, and that together we can weather any storm. If these are the big rocks, what about the pebbles and the sand? Pebbles are the things that matter, but not at the cost of the big rocks. A fulfilling career, a comfortable home, hobbies that bring joy, these contribute to our quality of life and can even support our big rocks. But it's important to recognize them for what they are: valuable, but not vital. When we start prioritizing work over family, status over health, or possessions over dreams, we risk filling our jar with pebbles and leaving no room for what truly matters: the sand. Emails, errands, scrolling through social media, worrying about minor inconveniences can easily fill every gap in our day if we let it. These small distractions and worries are inevitable, but if they dominate our attention, they crowd out the space for the things that enrich and sustain us. The lesson of the jar is not to eliminate the sand, but to ensure it never displaces the rocks. How do we apply this lesson in our everyday lives? It begins with intentionality. Take time to reflect on your own big rocks. What brings you joy, meaning, and fulfillment? Who are the people you cherish? What are the values you hold dear? What dreams light you up from within? Once you know your big rocks, guard them fiercely. Make them a non-negotiable part of your routine. Schedule time for family dinners. Prioritize self-care. Pursue your passions, and nurture your relationships. It's equally important to set boundaries with the pebbles and sand. Learn to say no to what doesn't serve your big rocks. Delegate tasks, limit distractions, and let go of the need to be constantly busy. Recognize that not every opportunity, invitation, or request deserves a place in your jar. By doing so, you reclaim your time and energy for what matters most. The jar of rocks reminds us that life is finite. We have only so much space, so much time, attention, and energy. When we fill our days with what matters, everything else finds its rightful place. The small stuff, once put in perspective, can be handled with ease and doesn't overwhelm us. Our lives become a reflection of our deepest values, not the sum of our distractions. Ultimately, what truly matters in life cannot be measured by achievements, possessions, or status. It's found in the moments of connection, the pursuit of purpose, the care we invest in ourselves and others. It's in the legacy we leave, not in material things, but in the love and wisdom we share. The jar of rocks is a call to clarity, a reminder to choose wisely, to live intentionally, and to never let the sand crowd out our rocks. As you move through each day, let this story guide you. When faced with choices, ask yourself, is this a rock, a pebble, or sand? Make space for what truly matters, and let everything else settle where it may. In doing so, you'll build a life filled not just with busyness, but with meaning. You'll find fulfillment not in the quantity of what you do, but in the quality of what you cherish. And when your jar is finally full, you'll know that you filled it with what counts most.